All right, we finally made it back. We survived the week-long snowstorm. How was it in Dallas?
Was not crazy in the sense that we, like, got a lot of snow. Our problem is always that we just have so much ice, and so we were trapped for almost a week in our house. By the end, I was like, "Okay, I just need to go outside and see some sort of sunlight," but we made it. We made it back. It was chaos. Our pipes froze. We got them de-thawed, and then they froze again. So,
So
yeah.
stressful. The pipes is the most stressful thing of it all.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, "Oh, I love being a new homeowner. This is perfect."
I know. No, when I bought my house in Dallas, my it was that 20 what was it? The 2020 ice storm, the one where
Yeah.
Texas lost power for a full week. I
Mhm.
closed the day before that storm hit, so I got the keys, and the people were supposed to move out the next day, but they couldn't, so they were trapped in there, but the thing was in my name, so I had to, like, last minute scramble and be like make them essentially sign a lease because I didn't know who these people are, and I didn't want just people living it's like if
Yeah.
especially with storm stuff, it's like they slip
Yeah.
ice or, like, whatever it is, and that was a whole thing. The house I was renting out, pipe burst, luckily not my problem, but the power was out. So, I went to my parents' condo,
Mhm.
and they're on the Parkland power grid, so they had it the whole time, but they're on the 18th floor, and you couldn't use the elevators, and Ralph was a puppy,
Stop.
so he didn't know how to use stairs. He kinda just still doesn't. Has to carry him up and down, and remember how cold it was? It was like you couldn't
Yes.
even be outside for, like, 5 seconds, and so there was no food at my parents' condo because 'cause they're not there full time. So my aunt, at, like, the highest temperature of the day, she lives in the condo across the street, we would meet halfway. She would pass me, like, soup.
Stop. That's insane, Monica. Oh my gosh.
So crazy, and then, of course, pipe burst in my house in the house that I bought.
Perfect. It's, like, awesome. It could not get quite literally any worse.
No, I will never forget when I told my dad, I texted him, I was like, "And now more pipe burst," and he literally just said, "Welcome to homeownership."
Mhm. Yep, that's exactly what we got too. We were like, "Well, this is it." I was like,
No
"Perfect."
one has everyone's just, like, automatically like, "That's what it is."
Yeah. Yeah,
No
I
one
remember
really
our
understands.
father-in-law told us, he was like, "Whenever you buy a house, quite literally the only thing you need to be concerned with is just, like, keeping water out of places it shouldn't be, like, that
Just
is the epitome
no,
of homeownership."
actually,
And I was like, "Awesome."
any issue I've ever had, knock on wood, in that house is water related.
Mhm.
Insane,
Always.
insane.
Always. But we made it. We made it. It was, of course, chaos per usual, but I mean, you guys got it way worse than we did. We just don't know how to handle it.
Well, that's part of our problem too, is that they didn't even attempt to clear the streets until, like, 5 days in, which
That's
is
insane.
just crazy. And
Yeah.
Connor's neighborhood, so he has a apartment complex that basically takes up the entire block, and so you're basically, whoever is in the sidewalk is responsible for clearing that sidewalk, not the city. And so their apartment people here or as the storm was happening, were, like, clearing the sidewalks while it was still snow and not iced over. But, like, my neighborhood and my building, they didn't do anything. So by the time that, like, the snow and all that stopped, it was literally, like, 7 inches of just blocked ice, like, up to 10 inches of just solid ice.
My gosh.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. So today it's 30, like, or 32, so you're starting to see it melt finally. I could probably technically go home, but I'm just like,
No, that's
"I'm here
insane.
now," but it's cool. I've been squatting at his house now for, like, a week and a half
You're
with
like, "I
the
may
2
never
dogs
leave."
with the 2 dogs. Luckily, um, I've been able to take the dogs to daycare,
Okay,
so
good.
because but I
Chaos?
tried to order Target stuff for 4 days straight, and not one day was I able to get a Target delivery.
Oh my gosh. That happened to me. I tried to place a Target delivery, and they just kept texting me like, this is out," and I was like, "You know what? Never mind."
Which I'm like, "Okay, for Super Bowl parties, no one's gonna have food."
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, "Okay, so when are we gonna start getting food back?"
Yeah, because when I went to not Whole Foods, like a niche grocery, it looked like they had tons of veggies again,
Mhm.
and then I took one bite and I was like, "Oh, no." It's just that this has probably been sitting on the truck that couldn't get to the grocery store, but then it finally got to the grocery store, you know? So it's like I didn't even think about everything, all the trucks that
Yeah.
come in, and that's
Oh my
the
gosh.
food round that we're getting right now.
Yum.
So, but speaking of the Super Bowl, how are we feeling?
I'm, like, so apathetic towards it. Like, this is as most of them are, give or take, like, a few Super Bowls. I'm just here to strictly watch for the commercials. Like, I want a full write-up of all the commercials, all the good ones, all the bad ones. Like, I wanna see the ones that I haven't seen before because now they do that stupid thing where they, like, release Super Bowl commercials early, which I think is
I was
so
just gonna
dumb.
say, have you noticed that, like, every commercial right now is literally, like, 30-second ad, and then it just says the Super Bowl date on it?
Mhm.
Like, how many of these are actually gonna be a decent commercial?
Yeah, I'm like, "This is so stupid." Like, just show us the commercial on the day of, you know?
Exactly, exactly. I
But
hope I'm curious what if there's gonna be anything notable. I feel like last year it was, like, nothing
yeah,
really stood out, and I remember
yeah,
thinking, like, "What is going on that all of a sudden there's not even, like, Super Bowl commercials to watch?" But
yeah.
maybe we turn it around this year. I couldn't even tell you what my favorite commercial last year was, and I used to
No,
live
same.
for the commercial.
Mhm. Yeah, and I remember in school, I took, like, this video media class one time, and we would, like, dissect all the Super Bowl
Yeah, it was
commercials, and
so
we would
fun.
talk about them. It was so much fun, and it was like, "Okay, what did you like? What did you see? Blah, blah, blah," and now it's like, "Oh, I saw that 3 days ago."
Yeah. Well,
I'm like,
that's
"Okay,
true because
lame."
they also released them, like, the night before on YouTube and stuff,
Mhm.
so
I'm
there's no
like,
anticipation.
"Boo, this sucks."
Truly. Didn't okay, last year, didn't Nickelodeon do a, like you could watch the game on Nickelodeon, but it would have the little cartoon characters like SpongeBob, like, tell you, like, the rules of the game. Am I crazy?
No, that's amazing if they did that.
I feel like that's the version we have to watch.
Oh, 100%.
I
That's
remember seeing
incredible.
after the fact, seeing it, and it was like they would call, like, a penalty flag or something, and, like, it would have, like, a little pop-up that it with, like, SpongeBob that would explain what the penalty would be.
It's amazing.
Feel crazy
My
saying this
gosh.
out loud, like it was a fever dream or something, but I'm
Oh my
convinced.
gosh. That is so funny. Well, speaking also of the Super Bowl and in turn the Patriots and like along the Patriots pipeline, did you see that what's his face didn't get like the first
Bill Belichick?
Bill Belichick
Yeah.
for the NFL Hall of Fame?
We have to talk about that because I saw that and I thought that that would, like, be a sure thing for him. I don't know
Mhm.
how any of that works, but do you know why was it a snub or
The crowd consensus was that it was a snub. I don't know why the NFL, like, Hall of Fame chose to do that. Now, I actually heard 2 sides of this story because I was talking to my husband about it, and he was like, "I think like, it was definitely a snub. He should have gotten it, no problem." Now, my dad will tell you he's a big fat cheater. Like,
that is
why are
true.
we rewarding
No way,
cheaters?
you're
Like,
so right. You're so
he
right.
was like, "Of course he didn't because he cheated." And I was like, "Okay, I never considered that before."
Was the only time he cheated the football inflation gate thing
I think
or
that's the only time he got caught cheating, but if
I
you're
still don't fully understand what happened with that. So, like, they purposely deflated the footballs to make it what? Easier to throw? Like, I
easier to
don't
throw, I think,
because you could grasp
for
it better?
yeah, because you have a better grip on it, and it was obviously, like, cold and stuff, and so the fact that they had deflated balls and the other people or the other team had, like, really cold, hard footballs, that was tough.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, 100%. What's the point of Hall of Fame if, like, you allow people who cheat in?
Yeah. So, 2
Okay.
sides to every coin, because the first part of what all I heard, everyone was like, "Well, of course, he should have been, like, inducted or whatever, like, this is a big snub, blah, blah, blah." And then, talking to, like, my dad and then crowds that were not, like, our generation, they're like, "Well, he's a cheater." And I
Yeah,
was like, "Well, yeah, I forgot about that.
I
He
did
did
too.
do
We all
that."
forgot about it. We all forgot about it. Is
Yeah.
it true that Jordan broke up with him, or is that just a rumor?
I did not
I
hear
maybe
that.
I didn't fact check. I just literally saw that she broke up with him, like, a day after he didn't get the Hall of Fame thing, but maybe they were, like, memes of people making jokes of it. I don't know.
That would be so funny, though.
What the look. Um,
Kind of a
'Cause I did
slay.
see they went on a double date with Alex Earl and someone else, but
What if they went on a double date with Alex Earl and Tom Brady?
maybe people were just saying this. Wait, no, it's just how people are saying Bill Belichick's creepy romance with Jordan was allegedly deeply uncomfortable for Hall of Fame voters.
Well,
But, like, that doesn't feel like enough. The cheating thing, why are we not saying it's the cheating thing? Like, that makes more
right,
sense than
right.
saying that it's because of that. Like, I'm sure that doesn't help with okay, People Magazine exclusive they put exclusive on everything. Jordan planning huge bash for boyfriend on the same day as Football Hall of Fame ceremony. What?
Well, that would just be weird anyway.
Yeah. She's inviting Tom Brady, LeBron James, Deion Sanders, and Patrick Mahomes. I don't understand. Like, what w
I don't get that.
I
To me, those are
she
not
said,
correlated
we were
whatsoever."
already planning to travel to support him."
Okay.
But, like, I don't know. Nothing makes sense. Oh. Okay. So, here we go. He, there was Deflategate, but there was also
Mhm.
the accused of soliciting sex workers
Yeah, that one will do it too.
at a spa in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, we have to pass on Bill for this first time.
Yeah, yeah. Tom
Also,
Brady.
I just don't know any good Bills. Can I just say,
I stand by that. I
if
stand
you are
by that.
still actively, which I don't know any toddlers with the name of Bill, but, like, that wave of, like, people naming their children Bill or, like, William and then calling them Bill, don't know any good ones.
No, I think that's a fact.
Personally, and in, like, the media, in the news.
Yeah, yeah.
So just add him to the list.
No, it's so true. I'm reading through this and, like, the football players who are speaking out about it, they're basically saying that, like, they don't get it because they would love to play for him. So I feel like they're looking at it from a very, very narrow lens of, like, playing for him rather than, like, what does Hall of Fame actually stand for
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
integrity of a person? Because you can
Yeah.
wanna play for someone and, like, you can compartmentalize
Yeah.
it of that probably, especially in this
Yeah.
world, I'm sure you're seeing so much worse.
It's like separating the art from the artist.
Correct, yes.
But it's like, can we?
Yeah,
Can we?
yeah. That's rough. How many more years do you give him and Jordan?
2 max.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh, wait,
Because how many years has it been?
like 1?
Yeah.
'Cause she never was there when he was actually coaching for the Patriots, right?
Right.
I was looking up that double date, which I know so little about Alex Earl and who she's dating and whatever, but I think she also it was, like, someone older.
Well, she was dating Braxton Berrios for, like, ever, but
Yeah.
then they broke up, and that's when she was spotted or after that, she was spotted in
It
St.
was with
Bart's with
Tom
Tom Brady.
Brady. Okay, yeah, yeah. Still someone old, like, what?
Yeah.
He's still 23? What a weird world we live in.
Yeah.
But, okay, so you're not invested in really either team. I'm not really either,
No.
I guess.
I'm here for the food and the commercials. My friend group is ordering Babes, and that's really what I'm looking forward to.
Yes. Will you watch the whole game there, like, do, like, most of the game and then just go back home?
We'll probably just do most of the game and then go back home.
Unless it's,
And
like
one of our friends that he's very invested in the Seahawks, like, he loves the Seahawks, and so I'm like, I feel like when it gets closer to the end, I will have to remove myself from the situation, whether good or bad.
that's true.
I'm like,
That's
it
true.
would probably just be best for us to all watch the end of the game in our own perspective, like, dwellings.
Do you know if it's supposed to be a close game or not since the main quarterback for Denver isn't playing?
I think, the Patriots are favored now more than they were,
My god, my brain.
but
It's Patriots.
I know. Rip the Broncos, rip Bo Nix. That just goes to show you guys how little we care about football anymore. Like, we're so over football. We're so excited to stop talking about football. Like, we are legally obligated to because it is the biggest game of the year. But once it's over, we're not talking about football again until like September.
No, no. And literally the only thing I have to say about college football at this point is that I really hate that you can have sponsors now on your jerseys.
Yeah. It looks so stupid.
So stupid. And oh, you're just gonna have like I just picture like some Texas jerseys with like some random like gas station of like the millionaire in like the middle of nowhere town in Texas. Like just
Literally. Or
random
like
mom and pop.
Lubbock. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Lubbock, for all the
Oh,
Texas Tech people, it's
yeah.
like gonna be a bunch of just like oil and gas type
Yes.
sponsors that nobody knows who they are.
Exactly. Like the owners of the one tool that you need for the rig.
Uh-huh. Or like Baylor's gonna be sponsored by Magnolia now, you know?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's gonna look so tacky. Like they're gonna look like
Mhm.
race car drivers, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Or like Austin's gonna get sponsored by Buc-ee's or something like that.
Yeah. I hate it so much.
Mhm.
But whatever. I guess this is
We'll just keep watching
part
until
of
it
it.
blows up in everyone's faces.
Truly, it has to. We do have the opening ceremony coming up though, right?
I'm so excited. Do we know who's performing? Did I miss that?
I have no idea.
Let's see.
Let's look it up. I love the Ralph Lauren outfits this year.
Same. They look so good.
I walked by the Ralph Lauren store the other day and I was just like, I want all of this, but I could not wear all of this in DC right now.
Okay, Mariah Carey, apparently. They're in Milan, also, if you guys didn't know. Mariah Carey, some singer named Lauren Pausini, don't know her, and also Andrea Bocelli, which is a slay.
That's going to be cool. And
That's
they're
so
going to do
good.
it at like such a moment that feels emotional and just
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I love
I
him.
love
Like, that's gonna be so good.
I always love seeing as they're, like, announcing each country, and then you have, like, the random country you've never heard of and, like, one person, and my heart I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, you did it."
Uh-huh. I love it. Or, like, all the countries that have, like, yeah, like, 1 to 4 people, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"This is amazing."
but then, like, there was a time I couldn't even tell you what country it was. I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." Like, there's, like, the 2 people, and someone was like, "That country is actually one of the sketchiest countries ever." Like, they are doing very
Uh-uh.
bad things. Like, we're not cheering. I don't know if it was genocide or what, but, like, you know how there's always, like, random little things happen
Yeah.
with the random countries, and I was just like, "Oh, just kidding."
Just kidding. Never mind. Oh
I
my god.
I feel like have we had, like, drama recently about the cheating scandals? I feel like a few years ago, there were so many of those with, like, Russia and
Mhm.
stuff, but is that just,
I
like, an
haven't
every year thing or
Yeah, I haven't heard any for this year for the Winter Olympics. But what's so crazy to me is that with any sport, it just goes to show you how much we value, like, sports and entertainment and not morals. But, I mean, it's true. Like, but I remember with Russia, it was like this giant cheating scandal came out, blah, blah, blah. And yet Russians were still allowed to compete. They just had to compete under like the Republic of Russia or something.
Yes,
But it was like, you are still competing as a Russian.
right. I that confused me.
Yeah, like they couldn't fly their flag or play their anthem or anything. Or I think they could play their anthem or something. But it was like,
They just couldn't fly the
wait,
flag.
shouldn't we just be like outlawing all
You
of this?
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Are they allowed to participate this year?
I think so. Let's see.
It was just like a one-time ban. You know what I always find fascinating is like North Korea and like how
Okay.
yeah,
Sorry, you finish.
I was just like, do you think the North Korean athletes are ever because that's the first time they're literally ever leaving or seeing what it's like because they don't even know what like they don't even look at the screen on social media and see what the rest of the world looks like. Do you think they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna run it and like stay here? Or are they so, like, indoctrinated that they're like, "I can't wait to get back home." I always
I
find
don't
that so
know.
fascinating.
That is really interesting. Or, like, for the people that do want to leave, like, are they afraid of that? And so they're all just, like, under heavy, heavy security?
That too. Like, I wonder if they're just, like, literally basically tracking devices on them.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember this just makes me think of one of the my husband and I watched The West Wing, which is
Yeah, I
such a good show.
love it so much.
Top 2 shows probably, and the only other spot for me is just because 'cause I'm not sure about what the other one would be, but one of the episodes, there was someone, like, from North Korea that came as, like, a performer, and he asked to be, like, kept and saved, and I was like, "Oh, this is crazy," and Griffin was like, "Yeah, that could actually happen," and I was like that to me is just such another world of, like, whenever people are like, online, like, this is propaganda,"
Yeah.
I'm like, "But there are places where, like, actual propaganda is
Well,
happening." Like, not just, like, your Instagram post. Yeah, I'm like, all media, all outlets, like, everything they're being fed is actually propaganda, not just, like, whether you do or disagree with someone and you're gonna post on Instagram about it.
no, like, they literally think it's normal to, like, only have power on, like, 5 hours a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
That there's no other scenario.
No. And, like, you're only getting the TV outlets that they choose for you.
Yeah. No,
Like,
it's
that's insane.
wild. It's wild.
But also to say, I did look it up, and Russia is not technically allowed to compete in the Winter Olympics either because of their invasion on Ukraine. However,
Okay.
however, can participate as individual neutral athletes. They must meet strict vetting criteria, competing without national symbols, no Russian flag, anthem, or team uniform. So individual athletes can compete, but no team athletes can, so no teams, so no team sport. There's none of that. It's just
So they
individual
just can't do
athletes.
okay, so it's
Yeah,
not there's a basketball team of them, and they're just, like, neutral.
right. There could be like a figure skater that is an individual neutral athlete.
That makes so much more sense. Are there any other
Which,
countries banned?
hey, that's a good question.
And is this something that, like, Russia's mad about, or are they just like,
Russia and Belarus.
"Belarus? What's going on in Belarus?
That's random. Why is
Should we know?"
why is Belarus banned from the Olympics?
That's a
Supporting
ex-Soviet
Russia in the
country, right?
invasion of Ukraine. Okay.
That makes sense.
Well, that makes sense then.
That's
Just those 2 of them though.
interesting.
Both can compete or both allow like individual
So,
neutral
okay.
athletes.
So is this like so is the rule that you can't participate in the Olympics if you are starting a war? Or is it something that the Olympic Committee is like, "Let's evaluate this"?
Well, that's what I was gonna say because last time they were banned because of all the cheating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But this time they're banned because of all the wars. So 1, get it together.
And there's other
2,
countries who have started wars recently.
right, what is the qualifications of, like, the severity of the war that you start? Which, hear me say, I don't think they should have invaded Ukraine. Like, I
Yes, to
stand
be
with
clear.
Ukraine. Let's be clear. But they're not the only ones that have started a war. Maybe it's just, like, the severity of the war? Maybe it is up to the Olympic Committee to be like, what is the significance of the actions they're taking?
Yeah. Man, well, good thing
Maybe it's
the
because 'cause they're cheaters and they're war starters.
yeah,
But let's
they're all
also
around
look.
not the vibe. I also thought, though, that the Olympic Committee was corrupt. I don't know why. And
Yeah.
I know FIFA is for sure. But something makes me feel like the Olympic Committee was too. I mean, it's probably all the same people.
Yeah. Okay, but I just checked, and Palestine and Israel are both sending athletes to the Olympics this year.
Yeah, that's
So,
interesting. I'm looking up corruption for the Olympic Committee because I swear something happened last time. Like there were, oh yeah, bribery. Let's see, $100 million in bribes in the 90s, but still,
my gosh, that is insane.
yeah.
Which
Um,
$100 million in bribes in the 90s only adds to, like, how much that would be in actual dollars today.
it's crazy.
Did you ever see that movie? Well, I say that movie, it's based off of a true story, but this just kinda makes me think of what was that movie? September 5th or something? It was about the German Olympics or the
Oh,
Olympics in Germany, and it was where all those Israelis got taken
yeah.
hostage. Such a good movie. Crazy that that happened, though. My third question, are we gonna be on high alert for that for this Olympics too?
I'm
Sorry if this is getting too
stressed for
political,
getting
guys. This
everyone
is
in
I
close
know.
proximity with
I'm like,
events.
there's just it
I'm
feels
stressed
like
for the Super Bowl. I'm stressed for the Olympics.
I'm like, this just feels like tensions are high right now, you know?
Like,
And, like,
like
I just wanna
maybe we
watch
take a
the
break
Olympics drama free, you know?
or like do like a COVID situation where like you just send the athletes
Yeah,
and like a few at a time and just
yeah, and call it good.
was
Like,
it
let them
Tokyo that was
compete.
COVID?
Yeah. 2020, right?
Yeah, I forgot that the Olympics happened that year.
What a wild few years it's been for the Olympics. But Imma be sat. Imma be watching
Yeah, I
every
know,
single
can't
bit of
wait.
them.
It's gonna
I,
be
like,
on
turned
all
my
day.
YouTube yeah, my t YouTube TV, it was like, "What ones are you interested in?" And I was just like, "Record all.
Yep,
I want them all."
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Well, on that note, we're done with football. Consider
Yeah,
this our second to last episode about football for now, because
yeah,
I guess we do have to talk next week about the Super Bowl.
yeah.
But
But
maybe
consider
it'll
this
be
our almost send-off of football.
exactly. Exactly. All right. Let us know if you have any questions. I mean, I don't know. I think we're all just like, I haven't talked to one person who's like super invested in the Super Bowl. So,
Yeah,
other
same.
than your friend.
He's the only one I know.
One of my best friends lives in Seattle and she hasn't said one thing.
Just like I could not care less.
But anyway, okay. We'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.